Hello and welcome to Radio Waves. I'm your host, Kris Poliquin, and this is a production of Red Apples Media. We're broadcasting out of WLBE Real Country, 790 AM out of Leesburg, Florida. And if you're watching us on lake-sumter television, you're doing so on Comcast Channel 13, Bright House 498, and CenturyLink Prism Channel 83. So today I have invited Dr. Laura Byrd, who is, and I'm going to read this verbatim, the Associate Vice President, Institutional Advancement, and the Executive Director of the Lake-Sumter State College Foundation, to be a part of our show and talk to us a little bit about what the foundation does, who it supports, and how they could get some support. So, Laura, thank you for coming on to the show.
Thank you for inviting me. It's great to be here.
Oh, I'm glad you're here, because this is a subject that's kind of near and dear to my heart, because it's all about education. So, but let's start with a little bit about you. What brought you to Florida, and what exactly do you do for the foundation?
Okay, I came from North Carolina, where I lived my entire life until the last 7 months, and came here in July. And I came to work at the college. And I am loving the college. I love Florida. It's a beautiful place to be. And one of the things that's been most fascinating for me is everyone here is so friendly. And I love being here.
They are very friendly, or I should say we are. I'm a transplant as well. Been here for about 4 years now. But North Carolina is pretty friendly as well. So what exactly does the foundation do for anybody in our audience who's not familiar with it already?
Okay, the foundation is a 501c3, which means that by the IRS we have been declared a nonprofit. So when someone gives a gift to the foundation, they can take that off on their taxes. And the entire goal of the foundation is to support the college. We are a direct support organization for the college. So we help raise money for scholarships, for program costs. An example would be our Bachelor's of Nursing that we are going to be starting in the fall. We have received some major gifts to help with support for that program, which we're very excited about. And we also help with equipment purchases.
Okay, so you don't just support students, you actually support the institution of the college itself.
Yes, that's correct.
Wow, okay. How does the foundation go about doing that?
Well, we have fundraisers that we have throughout the year. We also get planned gifts, and that is at times when someone they leave part of their estate or their entire estate to the college or to the foundation, and they typically specify what they would want that for, which may be scholarships or some type of program support.
Okay.
We also have people who donate to scholarships in the community. We have a lot of businesses who donate to the college to start scholarships. So the majority of our funds are scholarship funds, but we do have funds from other places like Duke Energy. They support our Relay Tech program and our electrical distribution program.
So there's a lot of sponsors that help the foundation, support the foundation in the support of the college.
Yes, that is correct.
You mentioned the scholarships, and before we get into too deep into the weeds as far as that, who is the foundation? Is it just you, or is it a company of people?
Okay, the foundation, we have 4 employees. Right now we're in the process of filling one position, but we are governed by a board of directors, and our board of directors consists of our community. We have 29 directors. They are bankers, attorneys, retired people. We have people from the healthcare system, and they volunteer their time and they serve on the board for the foundation. So they govern what we do as far as the foundation goes. Of course, under the head of our board of trustees at the college, who they don't govern our foundation, but they, of course, stay in cooperation with each other.
Okay. Are they all Lake-Sumter State College graduates?
No, we have some that are alumni that are on the foundation board, and of course also on the board of trustees. But some are just community members who have an interest in education and realize what a great part of the community that Lake-Sumter is, because we give a lot back, not only just the community, but also to the economy.
Okay, and I was going to ask, because how much does this position get paid?
My position?
No, ma'am. I meant the
What
members.
Oh, the volunteers.
See, and
well,
there you go, volunteers. So
yes,
they do this.
They get zero.
Zero. They're just doing it for the greater good of the local community.
That's exactly right.
Okay, so who can be a part of this?
Well, anyone can be a part of the foundation. There's lots of different ways. They could be on the board, but that's not the only way they can help. An example is we have a performing arts series, and we have volunteers who come out and help take up tickets or help be a part of that. We also have volunteers that can help with any event that we have on either of our campuses. But we also have people who donate, and that could be through scholarships. We have endowments, and what an endowment is a scholarship that is in perpetuity. So if you, example, decided you wanted to start a scholarship and you started it out with $30,000 and you said, I want it to be an endowment, your $30,000 would go in the bank, it would be invested, and the interest earned off of that money would be used for your scholarship. So that $30,000 would never go away.
Wow.
The interest earned off of that would always be what was used for your scholarship, and your legacy would live on forever at Lake-Sumter State College.
Quite literally forever.
Yes.
Now, it may be more one year than the next, but it's persistent.
Yes.
That's pretty remarkable. It really is. How many scholarships does the foundation give out every year, roughly? And I'm sure it varies based on the funds.
It does vary. We give about $500,000 a year in scholarships. That's over 700 students. So in the spring, we awarded 241 students a little over $164,000.
Wow. And how often do we do this?
We award in the spring, summer, and fall.
So there's 3 chances for scholarships.
Yes.
Who do these scholarships go to? Is there a specific demographic that the foundation looks at, or is it just, no, this person is in need of aid, or we have extra money, just give it to anybody?
Well, our scholarship process is set up with each donor that when they decide to make their gift, they set up a criteria for their scholarship. So they determine what GPA their students should have, if they should be in a certain program of study, if they should have financial need. All that is set up when the scholarship is set up. And then we work with a system where all the scholarships are in that system, and we have a group of raters who go in and they rate the students, and they don't see the students' names or their personal information, but they find out about what the student is. They write an essay telling why they need this scholarship and just some demographic information on the student. So then they're awarded through an electronic process after the raters review them, and they rate them.
Wow. So how many variations of scholarships are we looking at here? Is it constantly growing, or does it depend on a yearly, like, no, this is just for this year?
It is constantly growing. Of course, it fluctuates with the market. So if earnings are great, then interest is going to be higher, which helps us to award more. But we're looking at over 100 scholarships. We have scholarships for nursing. We have scholarships for education. As far as like teachers, we have scholarships that are just for students for the 2-year degree. We also have scholarships for students who are in the Relay Tech program.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
If one of our listeners wanted to get more information on this, where can they go? Because that's a lot of information, and they may have kids or grandkids, or they themselves are going, I've never really thought about looking at a scholarship. I don't know what kind. They're not going to get it all from just, 1 5-minute on a radio show.
Well, the easiest thing to do would be to call the foundation office. You can also go on the website. It's www.lssc.edu/foundation. But I'm happy to talk to someone anytime. So the easiest thing to do is to pick up the phone and call the college and ask for the foundation office and ask for me.
Okay. Does the foundation just cover the Lake-Sumter campus?
We have 3 campuses. So we have a campus in Sumter County, and we have one in Claremont, and then one here in Leesburg.
Okay. So, but there's one foundation.
Yes, there's one foundation office, and it is here in Leesburg.
Who can apply for scholarships? Who should?
Anyone.
For any reason whatsoever.
Yes, if they are going to school at Lake-Sumter State College, they should apply for a scholarship. I talk to students all the time, and I encourage them to apply because everyone has different needs. And scholarships are looking for different things. Some scholarships are based completely on the student's grades, their academics.
Okay.
And it's not based on need. So it's not just for people who just are in dire need, but it's also for students who are great performers. So there's different levels. So everyone should apply. I tell students to always apply.
Now, how often can somebody apply?
Well,
I mean, is it like a one-time scholarship, or can they at least attempt to try over and over and over again in the future?
They can apply every semester. And we are currently in our summer application period. It started March the 1st and it will end March the 30th. So those students will know if they're going to receive an award probably mid-April.
Okay.
So they'll know for summer.
And the board or the raters, do they consist of board members of the foundation, or is there is it administration of, say, Lake-Sumter State College?
It consists of faculty, staff, and our foundation board directors.
So pretty well-rounded.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's a great process.
If someone wanted to be a part of the board itself, are there requirements for that?
There are some requirements as far as what the expectation of participation. But if they're interested in being on the board, then they should reach out to one of our current board of directors, which you can find on the website for the foundation at the college, or they can reach out to me. We have a committee that looks, a nominating committee that looks each year at adding new board members.
Okay. And the reason why I ask, because there may be some interested individuals out there. One thing I've noticed about Lake County is there's a lot of volunteer service in many aspects, from animals to children to homeless to organizations such as this. And I would encourage anybody who's interested in helping, well, not even just the youth, but anyone who wants to further their education to at least look into it and maybe become a member or participate as a volunteer in one way, shape, or form.
That'd be great.
I think so as well. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said it.
That's right.
Well, Laura, we have to take a quick break. When we come back, I'd like to get into some of the events and some of the things that the foundation does in the local community to help generate some of these funds.
Okay, great.
All right. We'll be back in a moment. Hello and welcome back to Radio Waves. Again, I'm your host, Kris Poliquin, and this is a production of Red Apples Media. Today we're speaking with Dr. Laura Byrd, who is the Associate Vice President, Institutional Advancement, and the Executive Director for the Lake-Sumter State College Foundation, which is what our topic today actually is. So before the break, we were talking about the different types of scholarships that the foundation provides and a little bit of the background of what it actually does for the college. And you kind of touch base on how they generate money. Can we get into some of those events and talk about what it takes, or not necessarily what it takes, but how people can participate to help the community help send more students through college through scholarships? I know there's a couple of big events coming down the road, but aside from events and donations, I was on your website earlier today and I noticed that you actually have a performing arts series that just started up here, well, I say within a year or so. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Well, the performing arts series, we just finished up our season. It was a great season. We have an auditorium on campus, the Paul P. Williams, and it seats 412 people. That series...
Wow. That's quite a few.
It is. It's a good number of people. And the series, we have 3 shows in a weekend. So the shows will be on Saturday matinee at 2 o'clock, then a 7:30 show on Saturday, and then another matinee on Sunday. And we sell out almost every season. And we are already ready for our next season that starts in October. We've got our lineup ready. Our information's going out this week. And so we have season ticket holders and we have what we call angels and patrons. And they get a little bit extra. They have an extra, a shorter show. They also get a dinner and they get special parking. But they
Really?
pay a little more for their passes. So we're very excited about the upcoming season. We're going to have Mickey Finn in October. We're going to have the Atlantic City Boys in November. In December, we're going to have the Nutcracker. In January, we have the Toronto All-Stars. And in February, we have Abacadabra. And then again in March, we've got a tribute to John Denver. So we're really excited about the coming season.
And that's all right here on campus.
Yes.
That's pretty remarkable itself. Because I've walked past the auditorium or the theater many times, didn't realize there was that much going on, you know? Now, where do the proceeds go for this?
The proceeds will go for the foundation to support college programs. We do have a performing arts scholarship, and that's where the proceeds go.
So again, another fun event, not just one event, but a fun way to help the cause.
Yes.
I guess is probably the easiest way to say it. Now, all right, I want to talk about the gala.
Okay.
Now, that's probably the biggest event that the foundation does every year. Is that safe to say?
Yes, that is.
Okay. Because I know there's a lot of work that goes into it. You're probably knee-deep into it right now because it's coming up, April 14th, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Can you tell the audience a little bit about that so that they know what I'm talking about?
Well, it's our 33rd annual gala. We are the longest running gala in Lake and Sumter counties.
33rd.
Yes.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. It's a very successful event. It is our biggest fundraiser. It's held at the Savannah Center in the Villages. And it is a silent auction and a live auction, dinner. And this year our theme is Havana Nights, which we're very excited about. So we have a lot of fun events, activities planned for that evening. Of course, we're going to have dancing. We're going to have Spanish music. We're going to have some Spanish dancers, a cigar bar.
All right.
And we would love to have our audience come out and get a ticket and support scholarships.
So what does someone have to do in order to get a ticket? Do you have to know somebody, or is it purchase a ticket online?
It's open to everyone. Tickets can be purchased through our office, through the
Okay.
foundation office.
Okay. So it's going to be Havana Nights. Every year has its own specific theme.
Yes.
Right. Havana Nights, are we talking like old school Cuba or just, a bunch of old people smoking cigars?
No, we're talking old school Cuba. We're going to have some old cars out there. We want people to dress in the Cuban shirts, and then the ladies can make it a lot of fun with bright colors and some frills. We're excited about it, but it's not quite as formal as the tuxedo.
And that's what I was going to remark on is it doesn't sound necessarily like a stuffy event. Because I know if you watch a lot of television or movies, every fundraiser is James Bond, tuxedo, casino style, event. And I'm sure that steers a lot of people away. But this seems more relaxed, and again, another good event for a great cause.
Yes, we're very excited, and it's going to be even the menu is going to be family style. So it's a great menu, Cuban food. We're very excited.
Now,
yes.
family style. What is it? I'm from Georgia. That's almost, going straight to a trough. So when you say family style, what are we talking about?
Well, family style means that everything will be in bowls at the table. So you'll be able to
Awesome.
pass it around like you would with your family at lunchtime or dinner and serve yourselves.
So it's a nice, relaxed evening
Yes.
during the auction, because you brought up auction. What are we talking about as far as auction goes? Is it a large auction, or just if someone brings in a can of Campbell's soup type of thing?
Oh, no, it's a big auction. So we start out with the silent auction. We start out with drinks, socializing at 5:30, walking through the silent auction. The silent auction will end at 7. We'll go in for dinner, and we'll start our live auction as soon as everyone kind of gets in place for dinner. And we're going to do some entertaining while we're doing our live auction. So it won't just be sitting and listening to an auctioneer. There's going to be some excitement in between.
Okay. What kind of items are you looking at auctioning?
Well, we're looking at a little bit of everything. We're looking at trips. We're looking at jewelry. We're looking at, we have a booze wagon, I've been told.
Okay.
And that always is a big item for us. We've got artwork. It's various items. And all of our items are donated through the community, through businesses,
Okay.
and through board members. So if someone has a trip or a week at their timeshare and they're not going to use it, or their cabin in the mountains and they want to donate that week and they could get a tax deduction, then that's the kind of things that we have. And so all the money that's raised from the auctions is money for scholarships.
And anybody can do this.
Yes, anyone.
So anybody can show up. Well, there's a ticket required. But anybody
Yes.
can show up and participate in the auction itself.
Yes.
Okay. Do you take donations for items to be auctioned?
Yes, we do.
I mean, just from maybe a listener that's never heard of this before, like today. I know the members
Right.
are aware.
Well, we look for, sometimes people just want to donate a few $100s to help buy items, but also we have people who want to donate new items that they have and they've not, maybe someone gifted them something new, a trip, or they gifted them a piece of art or something that it's brand new, they haven't used it, they could donate it to the college, and that could be, or to the foundation, so that could be a tax deduction for them.
Okay, because I remember a couple years back, some very, very unique items, like a autographed Walking Dead book.
Yes.
Very unique. Sometimes there's firearms. Sometimes there's just a bush with a bunch of lottery tickets on it.
That's right.
You know, but it's pretty neat. And it all goes again to the students. Well, in support of the school, I should say.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Now, earlier you were also talking about endowments and the different ways that people can participate in creating their own scholarship. You also have a planned giving seminar. What does that entail? Is it specifically designed to help people who might be interested in that, or am I off base?
Okay, so the Planned Giving Seminar is a session that we hold in partnership with Florida Waterman Hospital, and we invite our attorneys, tax attorneys, financial CPAs, those people, they come in, they can earn their continuing education credits. We have different speakers presenting, and we also have an opportunity, Florida Waterman and also Lake-Sumter State College Foundation, to talk about what we do and how important planned gifts are to the college. So because these people, the attorneys, the CPAs, they're working with people who are looking for how to make their gifts, when they're thinking about a planned gift, their estate.
Okay.
So it's a great opportunity for us to be able to speak in front of these professionals and let them know that we are a resource if they've got someone who's seeking a place to give and a good cause.
Okay, so just because you show up doesn't mean you're automatically committing. It's just if this is something you might be interested in, and even if you've never thought about it, this is the background.
Yes.
Okay. And I brought that up again just because I think the foundation does a fantastic job, and I want to do everything I can to help support it. And with any luck, some of our listeners will as well. So,
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. And that will just about do it for our show. Laura, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy day, and I know you're busy this week, to come and share some of this information with our audience.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're very welcome. Thank you. And that does it for Radio Waves. We will see you next time.